In 1997, a young woman vanished from a town of just 4,000 people in Ohio. Police had evidence, but no one was ever arrested. This is silent evidence. This is victim's name, a age-year-old occupation known for her quiet life and dedication to her work. On day she disappeared, victim's name vanished without a trace. Her last known movements included a stop at the local place before heading home. This was town name, a small town where everyone knew everyone, making her disappearance all the more unsettling. It began on a deserted stretch of highway under the cloak of a moonless night. The air was thick with silence, broken only by the distant howl of the wind. A grainy, indistinct video captures the stillness, a single pair of headlights cutting through the darkness before vanishing abruptly. As the image freezes, stark white letters fade into view, forming a single chilling phrase: timeline of events. The mystery had found its starting point, a moment suspended in time waiting for the pieces to be assembled. The first light of dawn revealed what the night had concealed. Flashing blue and red lights painted a chaotic scene against the pale morning sky. Police tape cordoned off an abandoned sedan, its driver's side door left agape, an invitation to the unknown. The ground was a scattered collage of personal effects: a single leather glove, a half-empty bottle of water, a book of matches from a roadside motel, and a photograph, face down in the dirt. Each item was a silent question, a fragment of a story that had been violently interrupted. The initial responders moved with a practiced urgency, bagging and tagging the clues, each one a potential breadcrumb on a trail leading nowhere. In the sterile, fluorescent-lit rooms of the local precinct, the human element of the investigation began to take shape. A detective, his face etched with weariness, sat across from a series of individuals whose paths had crossed with the missing driver. There was the agitated gas station attendant who recalled a hurried transaction, the weary waitress who served a final, solitary meal, and the nervous motel clerk who remembered a late-night check-in under a false name. Their words, captured in stylized dialogue bubbles and overlaid with the stark black bars of redacted official documents, created a conflicting and fragmented narrative. Each testimony was a piece of the puzzle, yet they failed to fit together, creating a picture muddled by fear, faulty memory, and outright lies. Back at the command center, the digital ghost of the vanished individual began to emerge. The investigation pivoted from the tangible to the virtual, tracing the electronic footprints left behind. An old rotary phone on a desk dissolved into a modern computer screen, displaying rows of call logs and encrypted text messages. Data analysts worked tirelessly, their faces illuminated by the glow of the monitors. On a nearby corkboard, a web of red string started to form, connecting photographs, locations, and names. The map was sparse, a skeleton of an investigation, but it was a start. The digital breadcrumbs offered a new path, one that promised clarity, but delivered only more complexity, revealing a hidden life lived in the shadows. Weeks turned into months, and the initial flurry of activity slowed to a crawl. The montage of determined officers and late-night strategy sessions gave way to the quiet hum of a bureaucracy in motion. Files were compiled, reports were written, and the case was officially logged. A graphic timeline flashed across the screen, marking the key milestones: discovery, witness statements, records, initial steps. Each entry was a testament to the procedure, a checkbox on a form. But procedure is not the same as progress. The system had done its part, but the truth remained stubbornly out of reach, buried under the weight of paperwork and the passage of time. The real story, however, lay not in what was done, but in what was overlooked. The camera slowly pans across a dusty desk, settling on a stack of forgotten files. An empty interrogation room chair sits under a single dim light. Text overlays appear, stark and accusatory. One critical witness was never interviewed. A key piece of forensic evidence was mislabeled. Documents were filed, but never analyzed. The silence in the room is deafening, filled with the ghosts of missed opportunities and critical errors. It was here, in the quiet neglect, that the investigation truly died. Not with a bang, but with the silent accumulation of dust on a forgotten file. The final shot returns to the corkboard. The red string map, once a symbol of hope and progress, now looks incomplete, its threads leading to empty spaces on the board. Crucial links are visibly missing, gaping holes in the logic of the investigation. The camera holds on this image of a fractured timeline, a puzzle that may never be solved. As the screen slowly fades to black, a single haunting question lingers in the darkness. Not what happened, but what was allowed to happen. The case file, yellowed and brittle, sat untouched for years. Within its dusty confines lay the ghosts of a forgotten investigation. Police logs detailed the initial flurry of activity. Fingerprint cards promised a lead that never materialized, and a grainy CCTV still held a face lost to time. One crucial entry in a witness statement was circled, then dismissed. Resources were diverted, and the trail went cold. On December 26, 1996, 6-year-old John Benet Ramsey was found murdered. The case immediately drew national attention. Key evidence included a strange ransom note and unidentified male DNA. Yet no one was ever charged. The case remains officially cold. The family has publicly stated their hope that advances in DNA technology will finally provide answers. Even with all the evidence, the case remains unsolved. Sometimes justice isn't served quietly. This has been Silent Evidence. Subscribe for more forgotten and overlooked cases from across the United States.